Alright folks, the Beloved Buddies event has begun, so let's go through everything that you need to know in quick fashion to make the most out of this event, including talking about the timed research, which you should definitely do as it offers some excellent free rewards and encounters. However, depending on if you side with Candela or investigate Arlo, the path is going to be different in terms of the rewards you get, the encounters you get, and also the tasks that you have to complete. So let's go through it all right now. Running February 11th to February 15th at 8 PM local time. In terms of bonuses, you'll be able to enjoy 2 times XP for catching Pokemon. Lore modules activated during this event will last 1 hour, so if you've got lore modules saved up, this event is going to be a fantastic time to use them, especially because of the next 2 bonuses. Lore modules will attract different Pokemon such as Diglett, Slowpoke, Shelder, Dunsparce, Cutiefly and Fomantis, and all of these Pokemon are going to award an additional 500 Stardust for catching them. These are the wild encounters for this event, and all of those Stardust boosted Pokemon are going to be available in the wild too. So once again, more of an opportunity to farm that Stardust. I would also be pineapping Dunsparce, as I think its evolution will be brought out soon, and this is obviously going to be a great way to farm evolution candy for it, as it's going to be attracted to lore modules and it's going to be a wild spawn. But not only that, Dunsparce and Diglett during this event are going to have boosted shiny odds, so this will be a great event to acquire the shiny for both of them if you don't have it, and also save the shiny in preparation for when it evolves. There'll be event themed field research tasks, so make sure you spin those Pokestops to acquire them, especially if you need Tandemaus, because that's going to be available as an event themed field research reward. There'll also be Pokestop showcases, so look out for that come 1st, 2nd or 3rd, and that is a great way to get a ton of in-game items, lore modules, which are obviously going to be very helpful for this event. And if you want that new Anchor Ghost Grass Pokemon, then you're going to want to look out for 3-star raids, as raids are going to be the only way to acquire that new Pokemon during this event. Now, in terms of the timed research, part 1 is going to be easy, so get through that. And then part 2 is where you make the choice between teaming up with Candela or investigating Arlo. Choose Candela and you'll have to earn 10 hearts with your buddy. That'll reward you with 500 Stardust. Earn a candy exploring with your buddy, and that'll reward you with a Love Disc encounter. And then make a new friend, and that'll reward you with 2 Poffins. With the final reward for part 2 with Candela being a Dunsparce encounter and 2000 XP. Pick Arlo, and part 2 you'll have to catch 15 Pokemon. That'll reward you with 500 Stardust. Transfer 5 Pokemon, and that'll reward you with a Cubone. And defeat 3 Rocket Grunts, and that'll reward you with a Rocket Radar. With the final part 2 reward with Arlo being 2000 XP and a Shadow Diglett. So you see already both these sides are quite different and give you different encounters, but also different rewards. Personally, just after that, I'm thinking Arlo, as I'm personally trying to get 12-kilometer eggs, or at least a lot of them, as I'm still trying to hatch that new Shroodle Pokemon. But you have to make that decision yourself. Obviously, Poffins are very useful as well, especially if you're trying to best buddy some Pokemon. But let's talk about part 3. Part 3, if you've chosen Candela, you'll have to play with your buddy 5 times, and that will reward you with 10 Ultra Balls. You have to send 3 gifts to friends, and that will reward you with 500 Stardust. And you have to trade a Pokemon, and that will reward you with a Shelder encounter. With the final rewards with Candela being a Rapidash encounter, 3000 XP and 2000 Stardust. Part 3 with Arlo, you're going to have to catch 25 Pokemon. That's going to give you 10 Ultra Balls. You're going to have to transfer 15 Pokemon, That's going to give you 500 Stardust. And then you have to defeat Team Go Rocket leader Arlo in a battle. Obviously, that's also going to give you a nice 12-kilometer egg if you're after some of those rarer 12-kilometer Pokemon. That's also going to reward you with a Slowpoke encounter. And the final reward is also a Scizor, 3000 XP and 2000 Stardust. And I would argue a Scizor as the final encounter for completing all this research is probably more valuable than a Rapidash. But that's just me. So obviously at the end of the day, you've got to weigh up the encounters, the rewards, such as Poffins. They're quite nice. The difficulty of the research, I would argue that the research with Candela is more difficult than the research with Arlo. And those final rewards, such as the Scizor that you obtain if you stick with the Arlo research, or the Rapidash that you obtain if you stick with the Candela research. I personally am going to pick Arlo, but that's just me. But that's almost about it from me. Once again, this is going to be an amazing event for grinding Stardust, so definitely make the most of it. You got those star pieces saved up. This is the event to use them. Please leak slap the like button as it is much appreciated, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care.